Welcome back to Carnivore Conquest. I'm Coach Shannon. Let's dive into the animal-based diet and fitness and transform together. So this is officially day 6, technically now night 6. I will be going to bed shortly, but I wanted to just talk a little bit about kind of how I'm feeling, to have some subjective data points out here and showcase to you guys kind of how I got started and what channels I watch. So first and foremost, how do I feel on day 6? So I can't say that I have any extra energy. Can't say that I'm actually hungry either. There is the habits. So there are parts of times of the day where I feel like I want to snack on something. But I think what makes this a little easier for me to have quote unquote willpower in this is that I've done other diets like this before. Like I've done water fast for 5 days. I've done, like I said, juice fast only. I've done intermittent fasting where do 48 hours in between. So I'm familiar with kind of the psychological warfare the body plays on you, and I know what hunger actually is, and I know how long my body can go. So I don't actually have any real challenges in that avenue. It's more of just like convenience and habit. So for example, today I had to meet with a friend of mine to discuss some business opportunities, and we met at a local Starbucks here in Cambodia, because that's just the easiest place to usually meet up. Now we met outside, and I had my water bottle with me, and it was about 9 o'clock, and we stayed till 12. And I was drinking my water there, and it wasn't an issue. But once I started walking back to my apartment, my brain immediately went to like, hey, just stop by the store and grab something quick to eat. Like I knew I wasn't hungry because before I left, I had eaten about 600 grams of chicken, about 30 grams of butter, and 100 grams of cheese. So that's about like close to 1,000 calories. So I knew that I wasn't hungry because that's 1/3 of like my calorie goal for the day. And I just eaten that like literally an hour before I had left. So, but I could feel, like I said, just like the psyche, like telling me to get a snack or something like that. But anyway, I made it back home and ate some like 3-meat stew that I had made, soup actually, I guess. And that staved off like the convenience or snacking wannabe aspects. So the other subjective thing that's happened to me is that I feel like some of the inflammation, I had some inflammation like in my thumbs, joint pain, inflammation. I feel like that's gone down, and I've been suffering with back pain for probably about 2 years now. And I just started earlier this year really getting serious about the rehab, focusing on rehabilitating the TFL and the quadratus laborum, like loosening up those muscles, strengthening the glutes and hips, all that stuff. So I did see a benefit from doing that earlier this year, but it would still fatigue. My back would still fatigue because that's years of neglect plus the herniated disc and all that stuff like that. But I have felt as though the inflammation have gone down this week. So again, that's subjective. I can't prove that to you guys, but it does feel that way. So anyway, what I wanted to showcase is some of the channels that I subscribe to or get some data from. Where are my subscriptions? Is that all of these? I want to see it in a different format here. Let's see. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So Dr. Eric Bird, I followed him for all sorts of stuff, usually on ketosis. So this is more of a general doctor, not specifically like carnivore focused, but a lot of great content. Homestead How. This is, like it says, Homestead is about a family of 6 who left the city to live and grow on 20 acres. It's also a carnivore, small town movie theater owner, podcaster. So this is cool just to see how, I think he's at 100, like 1 year or something like that, maybe a little more, how he's been functioning on carnivore. Another doctor that's kind of focused primarily on finding the proper diet. Can't say he's 100% carnivore, but it does have a heavy meat-based foundation. Kent Carnivore is all carnivore and gives you some good intel. No Carb Life is also Sean Baker's another carnivore. I think he's been doing it for a number of years. And Steak and Butter Gal, she has a lot of recipes. So this is kind of like my go-to. So like I just, like I said, just started down this carnivore journey, but I had sampled data and stuff like that over the years of these content creators, and from Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, hearing bits and pieces along the way, and now just kind of subscribing to it to help me figure this all out. And the goal, like what I've learned from them as well as in my own life with kind of creating sustainable habits, is you have to go at your own pace. So it's better to figure out what your actual end goal is. Like, rather than subscribing to a dogma of, oh, I am 100% carnivore and I only do these meats and salt, I refuse to do anything else. Like, that's just a recipe for disaster, especially if you've never done anything this restrictive before. Remember, the goal of this is actually just look and feel your best. And whatever that means for you, you have to find your way with that. If that means every once in a while you have some kind of non-carnivore snack, or you use, maybe you have, use avocado oil, or you like avocado, I don't care what it is. Figure out what works for you. Like, I know some people on carnivore don't advocate for cheese and dairy products. Like, all that doesn't matter in my opinion. That's why, like, I use the name in the title for my channel, Carnivore Conquest, but that's just because of the YouTube algorithm and the trending kind of idea of this diet. But at the end of the day, what I'm really trying to do is just establish and maintain a kind of 95% animal-based diet and animal product diet. So that would be your meats, cheeses, dairy, and that's about it. And minimize even herbs and spices. So right now I'm just doing sea salt, but if 30 days from now I decide I want pepper, I'm going to put it on and see what because I don't have any digestive issues. So it's not about an elimination diet. It's literally about just me testing this and see how I feel. And is it sustainable? The best results I ever got, and the longest sustainable results on a diet that I got, is I operate with extremes and kind of like with complexity. So I had created this diet where I was cycling different diets throughout the week. So for example, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, I was high protein, low carb, low fat. So like 80-20, 80% protein, and then the other 20% coming from 10 carbs and fat. So it's pretty much just like tuna and chicken breast. Then on Wednesday, like, I would fast, 24-hour fast. So that would finish 7 p.m. on Tuesday night. Then I eat again. It was like the warrior diet meal on Wednesday. And Wednesday I would have about half my total body's calories in one meal that I needed. So I'd have about 1,800 calories in one meal. And in that meal, I'd have carbs again, like sweet potato. So slow digesting carbs, sweet potato, brown rice, and then be like a 30-30 meal, 30-30-35 or 35-35-30. Then Thursday, Friday, I would go to kind of a low carb. So having more fats back in. So like 60% protein, 30% fat, 10% carb. And then on Saturday was like carb load. So I would go and flip it to like 80% carbs and just load up on as many carbs as I wanted. And then Sunday was just like, I think it was a fasting day or just a day off, basically. So it just depends on how I felt, because usually I feel like ass eating all those carbs on Saturday. But that was easy for me to maintain. I know it sounds complex, but me flipping around back and forth like that was actually easier on me because I can go with those extremes. And I got the actual really, really good results from that diet. But I'm always just about sampling and testing different things. So usually what'll happen is I'll travel or something like that will pop up, and then I just kind of fall back to the routine maintenance of my typical lifestyle diet, which is like the 30-35-35 kind of split with macros. So anyway, that was just kind of a long way to explain to you guys that this isn't my first rodeo and I'm not looking for anything specific. I just want to see mainly about the heart health and cholesterol that you always hear regarding red meat. So that's the main thing I'm looking at. I think right now, when I check my ketones with a lumen, this is like a metabolic breath analyzer. And I also have a blood glucose and ketone test strips. So I've been in ketosis and then out of it again as well, which I'm not quite sure where that's coming from. I guess the carbohydrates, the gluconeogenesis that's taking part from the protein. But I have definitely been in a low calorie state. So I haven't eaten, can't find my phone to look right now, but I haven't eaten more than I've been burning over the last 6 days. So tomorrow, next video, you'll see me checking in. I'll be doing a like progress photo video kind of thing, just like day one. And I'll also be doing, might be on the same day, probably the meal prep or shopping. It's about time to go shopping again. So anyway, that was just a recap for this video, was just to showcase who I follow, where I'm getting my information from, and kind of what the goal is, and give some subjective data on how I feel currently. So let me know what you think about that. If you got any questions, you're starting this out, what you're looking to gain from my journey and insight, and leave those questions and comments down below, and lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.